It's been a long time since we chatted. I'm very excited to have you here to give you some advice. It's been a few months, so I'm sure you've got lots of things you need help with. If you are not familiar, or it's been, like I said, 3 months and you're not really sure what you've just stumbled into, this is questionable advice. I have brought some of my friends and your friends here to give you some really helpful advice to change your life. What's going to happen is if you have anything that you need advice on, it could be money, it could be your job, your friends, families, pets, romance, what to invest your money in, anything you need advice in, go ahead and put it in the comments either now or at any time during the show. I'll definitely come back and ask you. And what's going to happen is me and my friends I brought today are going to give you advice. Some of it is going to be super useful. Some of it is going to be questionable, which is why it's in the title. So take everything at your own risk. That's why there's a disclaimer. But I'm going to show you the friends I brought today so we can have a good old time. Hello. Today we have Alex,
Hi.
Lacey, and Gilbert. Welcome in.
Thank you.
Hi.
Glad to be here.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, how's everybody doing today? It's been a while.
I'm
It
doing
has.
great. Yeah, I've missed you guys, and I'm doing really well.
Great. I am not only hosting but also teching, so I have all the power. So again, if you're in the audience and you need advice on anything, just go ahead and put your question in the comments. I will be checking them and popping them up. It looks like we have our first piece of advice here that we need some help with. So Shirley says, how do you tell someone you might be into some weird stuff? Like if you really like them?
I feel like I have some good advice here because it's always good to test the waters, test the temperature of the water by saying, so I have this friend that likes, I don't know, slinkies and in bed. And you can kind of test the temperature there and see what their reaction is to it. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that?
I feel like with everything that I do, I'm gonna send it in a Facebook chat, messenger chat, and see if I get like a thumbs up, a laugh, a smile, a thumbs down. So if I'm like, maybe I send over some YouTube spanking videos, or maybe it's like somebody's dressed up like a superhero, and then just see how they react to it, and then go from there.
I like the reaction. Yeah. The reaction, see how they react to it. That's a good, like, what if they do a cry emoji though?
Yeah, well then right? Jenna says that doesn't everyone like slinkies in bed?
Alex, you have splaining to do. I'm just gonna say.
We slinky. That's all that's all I can say here. But I do want to give my advice on this. What you want to do is kind of along the lines of what Lacey and Dayna were saying, like ask, like, say, if friends into this or something like that. But I go a little bit further. I put out an ad on Craigslist for whatever my weird stuff is, and then whoever responds to that ad, I interview them, and then we book almost like a parking lot area and have them do that weird stuff, and then I bring whoever, my significant other, my friend, whoever, and just let it happen, and then just be like, well, it's just performance art, it's not anything, anything crazy or anything like that. It's you let it be, like, let that happen, and then based on their reaction, you can let them know, hey, that actually is for me, and I did this whole elaborate plan on Craigslist to make this happen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. I have some advice. I'm going to disagree with you a little bit, Alex, because, finding strangers on Craigslist is really, kind of risky. So what I would suggest is basically just getting all your friends and family, everyone close to you, everyone who you've already made a connection with, and then in one room just have like a big revelation. Just tell them, "Hey, I'm into this thing. You already love me, so you got to accept it." You know, and then afterwards you can hand out a questionnaire for rating people's reaction. And then they hand those in, you review it, and then you kind of go from there. You built up statistics, maybe get like some other age information, location information, just basically everyone you already love them, tell them this thing, and then go from there, just big reveal. So then when you meet new people, you could say, oh, in her 60s, like grandma was not too hot into that, so she might not be for me. She's in that demographic, so I might have to move on.
I like the style, and maybe doing it around like a family holiday, do like a Thanksgiving or Christmas. Everyone's already going to be there, so
Perfect, exactly.
right as right as they're cutting the turkey. Hey, I like Slinkies in bed, and then just if it's crazy enough that they stop cutting the turkey, then maybe it might be uncomfortable for you. But if they're like, yeah, it's not. I like turkey more than I'm disgusted with your weird thing that you're into. So.
Right.
Right, because I feel like if there's anything that makes any situation less scary and just more boring, it's data. So I like Gil's idea of just if you just get enough data on it, everything seems banal and no fun. Takes all the fear away.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a couple more items. Again, if you're in the audience and you have any questions that you would like some advice on, please feel free to put them in the comments at any time. It can be something simple or easy or complicated, whatever you like. We got a couple interesting ones. So, Nicole says that her friend said they're going swinging and asked if she wanted to go, and then she thought they were going to the park, and then they're not at the park. So what should Nicole do?
Wow.
So, with something like swinging, it's a lot of investment, especially if you don't know what you're getting into. So this is a good chance to exercise boundaries. If you're not into it, bam, boundary. Hey, catch you next time, maybe. Save the date. I don't know, but definitely call that boundary and just be like, hey, this is not what I was into. I was thinking park and swinging. Happens to everybody. Mix-ups like that, happens all the time. So you know what? It's good. It's just okay to walk away. It's okay to be like, you know what? I don't like this. It's not for me. Or if it is, maybe do something a little bit more, baby step ish, not like full on. Hey, I'm in a swinger party. So yeah, just stick to your guns. You just thought it was a park thing. It wasn't. Just be clear with and honest with that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, and I think that, you're good friends with this person. You don't want to know, I think, with your friends, like what the boundary is. I think strangers, you should have the boundary, but friends, no boundary. No. That's for other types of people. And so I think you immediately text them. You're at the park. They're at undisclosed location, and maybe you meet either halfway or say, hey, actually, I think we could do some swinging together, but we are also at a park. We can do swinging on the swings, and then you get like a swing to the like second power or something like that. I've never experienced it, but I've read on Wikipedia. It's pretty amazing. Brings friends together for sure.
Nice.
Well, with that too, you could also introduce like maybe swing dancing, and just a general swingers, any kind of swing,
Yeah, I was going to say, you can level up and you can install a swing in your house. So that way, if you ever have that question, if you're ever going to be invited to a swinging party, you'll already have the swings at your house. They're already ready. And you can just say, you know what? This is a house party now. We can do swinging. We got our music and we can swing. We can we can play the Swingers movie while we're all hanging out. We can have those accents like Vince Vaughn and the other guy.
That's so money.
Yeah.
That's so money. That's so money right now.
That's money. That's money, baby. That's money.
I like that
I like
idea
it.
because then I can like drink as much as I want and then go to bed and not have to drive myself home.
Yes, exactly.
Home field
just,
advantage.
Bring the swinging to you. Bring the swinging to you.
Mm-hmm. If any friends of mine have no boundaries and want to come swing with me, please tell. Wait, no, is that not the message I'm trying to
get? For all my swinging escapades, I dress up as Austin Powers, and it really like cuts through the like awkwardness that some people might have. I just say, "Oh, behave." I say that a lot over and over again. Are you feeling randy, baby? And it seems like it really just calms everybody down. Hey, we're
That's
with
right
friends and Austin Powers. Like, it's just great. It's a great setting.
Nice. Okay. I'm really excited because this favorites function lets me favorite all of the questions we haven't gotten to, so they're really easy to find.
Nice.
Okay, so Jenna asks, okay, there we go. What's the best theme for a party? So I, as someone who has gone to many a sorority and fraternity party in my life and some additional parties as an adult, I feel like the theme, you definitely want to do a theme that has dress up potential, because I feel like a lot of people enjoy the ability to like put on a costume or have a theme. It could be something as complex as needing costumes or something as easy as like everybody wears a red shirt, but something that like gives people a little bit of extra fun, because I think it gives each party sort of a unique sort of spin to make it like differentiable from each party. And it also, I think everybody likes to have a little bit of fun, put a little thought into it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good, but I think you should do like one step up and like have a smells party so you guys can enjoy different smells. I really like certain smells and I don't like other smells, and I think it can also help you like see who your friend group is. So like I enjoy the smell of, right after it rains. But, if there's someone that likes Calvin Klein Obsession, I might not want to be their friend. So that's a good way to like find out who your true friends are.
Nice.
Yeah. I think, I mean, personally, if you think about theme party, you think about theme parks. It's obvious, it's right there. So what you have to do first is basically start getting zoning permits for some roller coasters, maybe like a dunk tank. Probably need one of those motion sensor ones where you put the 3D glasses on. You just need to just start zoning for that, because it's going to be a big investment and you want to make sure the city's cool with it. So you're probably going to have to get your neighbors involved too, because roller coasters are pretty big. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but they tend to go a couple 100 feet in any direction. So maybe like turn into a theme park block party, and just be ready to, have that full experience. I think everybody will appreciate it because everybody loves theme parks. And so the best theme for a party is a theme park party. And you just got to go all out. The ride with the waterfall, where the splash into the water, that kind of thing. You just need to go all out. It's parties. And we've all been cooped up, and I think we're ready for that. We're ready for just one big blowout and just go nuts,
And if I've learned anything in my time here, it's that everybody loves it when you take over the whole block for your own private party.
Right. Exactly. That's why you got to get the permits. The permits are important.
Right.
I want to RSVP to this. This is a great idea. I don't
Yeah.
want any help setting up, but I will attend for 1 to 2 hours and go on
Yeah.
these rides.
Yeah. And you just got to save like, well, $20 million probably you could do it for. You could do it kind of on the cheap and some of your do it yourself kits and things like that. Have your brother do the dunk tank and, he'll do it for free.
I love
Exactly.
those do-it-yourself coasters. Those are fun.
I'm sure there's plenty of like fairs or like traveling carny shows. I don't know what they're called that have like old pieces they're willing to sell on the cheap, right?
Oh, yeah.
What are they called when they travel around? It's like a fair, but like they travel with the equipment.
Carnivals?
There we go.
Carnies.
Yeah. The old Carney Fair.
Yes. Can we get like a D-list celebrity to appear, like a Lou Diamond Phillips, or like a one of those, someone that's like
Yeah.
probably could show up for 5,000 or under.
Mhm.
I think that's
Well,
good.
yeah.
Supposedly the guy that played the Blue Power Ranger in like the OG Power Rangers owns a pizza shop in Roseville. So we
Billy.
can just like get him out here.
Done.
Nice. I think even going, I mean, they were like kind of the rave like 5 years ago, but like the hologram artist, like just run back the like Tupac at Coachella. Like I think people will love it. They won't know the difference. Even he says, "What's up, Coachella?" Just name your theme Coachella, but say it's not about the festival Coachella, but it's about theme parks is what we're doing. I'm on board with Gilbert's idea for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Let's make it happen, folks. We're gonna start a GoFundMe.
Right. Venmo at questionable advice. Take all for.
Oh, we said the magic word to summon Skip. We said fair. Yay!
She's on board.
Hi, Skip. Okay, so we got some more things. Oh, we got so many nice things. Jess wants to know. Jess says, "What is the best advice for falling asleep?" Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll take this one. I've definitely struggled with falling asleep, but I'm just like kind of researching it a little bit better. Certain things, you don't want to look at your phone a couple hours before you go to bed. You don't have coffee or any caffeine. For me, it's like past like 3 o'clock, but for some people it's earlier. Some people you can do it a little bit later, but just try to make sure that's out of your system. You have a very cool room, probably like mid to late 60s, but then also have a very comfortable bed, and you should be good. That's it works for me. I'm glad to share this knowledge to everybody.
I think my approach to sleeping is you just literally stay up until you can't stay up anymore, because by that point in time, you will be so tired that you will fall asleep. Like, I don't need to like do all that stuff when all I can do is just like literally go to the end of my willpower, and and then I pass out, and 4 hours later I wake up and do it all again.
Yeah. And that's scientific because that's just your biology telling you I am sleepy, time to go to bed. And rather than you doing like time is a social construct,
Right.
it's whatever. But your body, that's circadians and stuff like that,
It's telling you forcefully go to sleep.
Right. You're ready.
Yeah. I like to drink a glass of warm milk. I am lactose intolerant. So I feel like it tires my body out. And usually I'll go for like a really light jog just before, so I'm all sweaty. And that's usually what gets me going. Sometimes I'll jump in the pool. I have a nice cold pool, and that just shocks my system, so then I just pass out, right?
Yeah. I like that. You just constantly shocking your body so it never knows what's coming next.
Mm-hmm.
You drink the milk and now you're like, oh no, my stomach is going nuts. And
Yep.
now I'm in a pool and I'm cold, and now I'm out of the pool and even
Yep.
colder, and you just
And then I'm
your
running,
body-
and so I'm hot because it's summer.
Right.
And then
Mhm.
so my body has gone through all these things in just like the span of 15 minutes.
And maybe throw
And
in
let me tell
like
you,
an adult daydream in there too,
yeah,
pulling that
yeah,
system.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just boom, boom, bam, done for the day.
Missy says that her body wants to go to sleep at 4 a.m. and get up at noon. Yeah, I feel that.
For sure.
I think
I
I'm descended from farmers because my body wants to get up at 5 a.m. every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Corrine says, have a kid. You'll get less sleep overall, but you'll be so exhausted that falling asleep is easy.
There you go. There you go. Good call. I actually know a guy. He works at the hospital here in town. But we in the winter time, he puts me in a medically induced coma, and I'm able to just get like all my sleep out like during that time. So I know I said the thing earlier about how to get good sleep. I read that in a pamphlet. It's not true. Go to just your local hospital, go to the local nurse, say, I want the high B, is what they call it, and then just give them a wink, a little bit more creepier than what I'm doing, even though it's creepy. They'll know exactly, and then they'll meet you at your house. It's great. It's usually after their shift, but it's great. Yeah,
I mean-
good Yelp reviews for sure.
Bears do it, so again, it must be good for
Yeah.
mammals, all mammals.
Well, Jenna says that she's like a little bear. She likes hibernation. So, there are people out there that are already doing it.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. We evolved from animals. Why, they do it. It's not something it's something that we need to do as well. It's part of our nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got some more. This is great. Again, a reminder, if you're in the audience, we've got some stacked up, but we could always use more. You got some great stuff for us. Shirley has another question. It wants to know, what is the appropriate amount of water for flycatcher plants?
All right.
There's this app that I use for my plants, and because I am not great with plants, but all of my plants are alive, so yay me. And I believe I don't remember the name of it, but it's a very good app, and it does tell you that you can, it tells you the amount, and it reminds you when to water the plants. But my flycatcher died because I kept feeding it chicken bits instead of like just letting it fly. So it was like getting teriyaki chicken and shit, and it died. So, don't feed it teriyaki chicken from Makuni.
Actually, if I can expand on that, they actually do like General Tso's chicken. So my advice would be you have to kind of diversify your kind of chicken input. I think that's ultimately what happens is that you give them one type of chicken and they can't metabolize. They don't get enough nutrients. So you need to diversify. So with your fly traps, you know, General Tso's a pretty good kind of standard. Sometimes you could do the teriyaki a little bit, maybe a little bit too like sugary sweet for them. I also like kind of a dry rub wing pieces. You just pull a little piece off of it after you barbecue it. Anything roasted. Oh, roasted chicken, because you're getting more of the natural flavors and juices coming out. And so they really appreciate that because that also has the water in it. You know, when you have the juices sealed, things like that. And you could also just kind of go crazy once in a while, maybe once a month, just like bacon bits with a little bit of moisture on them. You know, the grease is kind of like moisture and hydrating. So that little bit of bacon goes a long way. You know.
How does your flycatcher feel about seafood?
Oh, the salt content is a little bit too high. So they like more terrestrial. They're not big on the marine life. I've had several die because I gave them shrimp and clams and stuff like that, and they're just not fans. Not fans.
Okay.
So I have a little bit of a different approach. I feel like, what plants, I know exactly how much water to give them. Plastic plants. And every single type of plant in existence comes in plastic if you look hard enough. So go to your local computer and Google it on the internet and find plastic flycatcher plants. Maybe buy it a friend, maybe get a ficus or an iris, whatever catches your fancy, and then you don't have to water them because I don't know if you're like me, but I kill plants because either I give them too much water or not enough, and it makes me sad. So plastic is always the best option.
That's a good call. With I mean, with flycatchers, I get it. They're a tricky plant, and they are very exotic. I agree with what Gilbert was saying. Needs that it has that refined palate. You know, you got to hit it correctly. But I think you should just do what a lot of my baseball heroes did in the 90s and 2000s, and start using HGH. Go ahead and just plug that into the plant. Get the steroids, and it's just going to grow. It's going to look. It's going to do its thing. Okay, it has so much. We wouldn't be here without Mark McGuire. So I think it'll do great work for your plant. Okay? I think your little plant, Big Mac, St. Louis Cardinals.
Are they gonna rage out? Like, you have the same side effects of steroids with plants, where they're like bulbs gonna shrink and then they're gonna like bite you because they're angry?
I think Alex just said the prequel to Little Shop of Horrors right there.
Okay.
I think that's the prequel right there.
and really, I want to preface this, like, sure, yeah, there might be side effects, but the question was how to grow. What's the right amount of water? And we're trying to grow this thing.
You're right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And I see, Lacey, thank you that you put the app in the comments. It's called Blossom.
Yeah, I couldn't remember it.
There's an app for that. It's called Google.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. I got some more. These are all super fun. Okay, so Sarah asked us earlier, what is the best way to tell your guests to please leave when they've overstayed their welcome?
Well, for that, I think, just the best way is the kind of overtly yet subtle way of just kind of, you start cleaning up, That's usually the universal sign that things are shutting down. They do it in restaurants, they do it at parties, they do it anywhere. You just start cleaning things up, and you could also use that to kind of usher people. So you have a big bag of trash, and you just kind of walk up behind them and say, "Oh, just need to take this out," just kind of through the door. Yep, right through here, and then you do your thing. So just recycling, food pickup, trash pick, like all that stuff. Just start picking it up. It's usually a good indicator that things are coming to a close when you do the real, everyone's keeping everything clean, but it's that real good kind of like, oh, now I'm getting all the cans that are empty and abandoned. Now I'm getting all the food plates that have a little bit of stuff. People thought they were going to finish it. And you just pick it up, throw it away. It kind of shows you like, these are the guests and now they're out of my house. And it's like subconscious, they'll see that and be like, all right, time to go.
Nice.
Some good advice there. I have a little different strategy. So basically, when I want people to start leaving, just get a little more annoying. And, it might be like a thing like, oh, that's a odd shoe choice or something like that. That would be like my first thing. And they're like, oh, that's kind of a weird thing to say, Alex. And then I just go further along. And usually at these, it is a friend of mine. So I do have probably some dirt on their past. I usually will call their significant other and say something horrible that they've said on speakerphone in front of them. It usually gets the idea of like, hey, I don't want to be with him be at this place anymore. It's starting to get hostile. I'm gonna go home.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I've kind of gotten I've had issues with that. I've had guests not leave as fast as I want, so I actually have a whole system that I have installed in my house to get people the heck out. So I have strobe lights, and they turn red, and I have on loop let the bodies hit the floor. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but it's like, let the bodies hit the floor. And then my
Classic.
husband, he gets into his Jason mask, and he chases people around. It's midnight. We're ready. We need to be at work by 9. Get the fuck out. Marr.
Nice.
So that is what we do.
The audience has some suggestions. Mike says that he's just direct to the point and just says, "Okay, everyone, get out of my house now." Jenna says, "Put it on a cake." I'm assuming that's what it is for. I mean, I actually have right here on hand the perfect, I think, solution to this problem. This is why I can't be in charge.
Dayna, I'm adding that to my sound effects repertoire
Yes.
when I want to have people get out. So I like that.
Yeah, it definitely would start as like, oh yeah, the party's just getting started, and then it keeps going. It's like, oh no, oh no.
Yeah.
By like 50 or 60th time, it's like, oh, this is gonna happen all night. We gotta get out of here.
Right.
I do like that you just make people so uncomfortable that they're ready to leave. Like in any situation, just like, all right, yep, strobe lights. Oh, now that's down for the 16th time in a row. Oh, 17th time in a row. All right, I want to leave.
Michelle appreciates the horn. Okay. Our audience just keeps giving. I mean, you just keep getting more. Okay, Jenna wants to know what's the best thing to order at the Spaghetti Factory?
I enjoy the Spaghetti Factory. Sure, it's not the best Italian food ever in the world, but they do have some good items for sure. On their like classics menu, when I'm feeling very saucy, I get the shrimp ravioli, and then that's going to come with a soup and salad at the top. They're famous. I don't think it's famous, but they have bread that they serve with it. But then you get some ice cream at the end. It's a fantastic, and it won't break the bank, but it's a nice little treat for you. That shrimp ravioli at the Old Spaghetti Factory. I prefer the one downtown, very close to the Comedy Spot. I believe it's off J and 18th. It's fantastic. Tell them Alex sent you.
Nice.
Well, I don't think people know, but the Spaghetti Factory has a secret menu. And just like In-N-Out, it may not be available, when you're in there, but if you do some research, you look on your phone, it's on there. I have ordered Mexican food. They make great burritos. I have ordered that General Tso's chicken that we were talking about. Oh my gosh, they make the best. Little known fact, Spaghetti Factory has the best Chinese food in Sacramento. And I'm an expert, you can tell. So I really like that. And then the other thing that they make is an incredible chicken tikka masala. So you can get your spaghetti and meatballs, your tikka masala, your burrito. Go for it. General Tso's, you got it.
You know what? Every time I go to the Spaghetti Factory, I actually order up one order of Pokemon Go battles because there's a Pokemon gym right outside of the Spaghetti Factory here near the Comedy Spot. So I don't need to eat. I just get the thrill of taking out a badass Pokemon. Maybe there are people nearby and we can join up. Like, who needs fuel when you are filled with battle glory? Yeah, that's what I order there.
Well, I mean, it's gonna sound pretty obvious, but I would say you order the spaghetti. It's the spaghetti, the one piece of spaghetti. It's about 100 feet long, and you have to kind of slurp it in one slurp without breaking it, and then you get it for free. So it's like a win-win. You get fed, and you get it for free. But you have to know that it's the spaghetti. So it's just one single piece, 100 foot long, and you have about 15 minutes to slurp that up. Then you get it for free. And if you don't, it's just like $20. It's just $20 of just paying for it, and you could take your time if that's what you're into. You take your time. You still have to slurp it in one slurp, but you could just take breaths while you're doing it. So you're just like.
So what happens if you don't slurp it in one slurp?
Oh, and then it's $100. That's the thing. They put a lot of work into it. It's more of the prestige value that you're ruining, and so to them that's worth about $100. So that's the only thing.
Okay,
But
so
for $20, you could take all the time you need.
we have some clarification. Jenna wants to know if the one piece of spaghetti is rolled up.
Oh, it's actually pretty clever. It is rolled up, and so that every inch of it has sauce. It goes through this about 5-foot tube that has this constant hopper of sauce dripping through it. So as the noodle goes through the tube, it's getting sauce on all of it, and so you're just getting that. You could. It's not traditional, but sometimes you can have this little guard that just blocks your face so that the sauce doesn't get on your face. But from the original Italian tradition, is you don't use the mask. You just do it, get it all over your face.
Sweet.
Yes, definitely just like Lady and the Tramp on steroids. We also have, and Mike's telling us that a one piece of spaghetti is called a spaghetti-o. There was a correction. And he's Italian, so you can trust him.
That's an infinite spaghetti because it's just a circle.
So Shirley, she says that they have a spaghetti warehouse. We're talking about the old spaghetti factory, which is, I don't know what it's local to, but there's definitely them in California.
Like West Coast? Yeah, I think the furthest, maybe like just the west of the Mississippi. Wait, is St. Louis? I know there's one in St. Louis, I think. Guess I've seen it. But.
Okay, quick aside. I legit thought the old spaghetti factory was a Fresno thing where I grew up because we went on a field trip in like 3rd grade to it. And I thought, why would we be going on a field trip to a chain restaurant? So it must just be a local thing. It must be us experiencing local Fresno cuisine. And then as I got older, I found out, no, they're just all over the place. It was just a place to go.
They have one in Stockton where we went to college.
Gilbert, that's crazy. And when I was growing up here, we took a field trip to the Olive Garden. Still the same idea. We learned about family. It was wonderful. Wonderful time.
Nice.
I had even thought that it was converted from an old pasta factory that they're like, oh, we shut that down, but made it a restaurant now. That was also wrong.
Right.
Well, my thoughts on that, Gilbert, because I'm guessing this was pre-Google.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to know what teacher was like trying to figure out field trips for kids and saw a factory and thought it was an actual factory.
Fun fact, it was the entire school. So like 3 grades at a time would go and we'd fill up this whole hallway of just spaghetti factory kids, all get a plate of spaghetti and then go home, go back to school. That was it. That was a whole field trip.
That sounds like small town stuff. Okay, so Shirley says that she's in Oklahoma City and they don't have them. But Missy says that there's one in Akron, Ohio. And Skip says that they have them in Indianapolis.
I think there's even one in Fort Wayne, too, which is in Indiana. And I believe I've been to one there. So, but I couldn't. I don't know.
Oh, Jennifer Steffen said that she had balsamic vinegar with olive oil and bread in Sacramento. I like to do that when I go to the much better restaurant, the Macaroni Grill.
That's like top tier chain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't slum it. Oh, Jenna says that she thinks that Fresno Spaghetti Factory is getting kickbacks from the school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real quick, sorry, this Spaghetti Factory talk got me really excited. But I went to their website. Any guesses on where their first location is?
Ooh.
Is it literally the one just right here?
No, not in California. I'm taking that out. But there's many locations in the greater California area.
Italy.
Nailed it. Yes, it was the oldest one.
Italian
say-
Canada.
I'm gonna say like somewhere in the South, known for its Italian food, Louisiana.
There we go. We're looking for Portland, Oregon is the first Old Spice factory.
Okay.
Okay.
The great mecca of Italian food, Portland, Oregon.
So
No,
great. So
nothing
great.
says. Oh wait, no, that's Seattle. That's raining. Never mind. Well, I mean, it's raining in Oregon all the time too, but nothing to me says let's go get full pasta than rainy weather.
Yeah.
Sure.
Comfort food. Have some heavy, warming.
Right.
Right.
I'm feeling heavy outside. I want to feel heavy inside.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Oh no! Oh, I was reading. Oh, I missed all these comments. Oh, great.
You can read them, and I can tell more details of my spaghetti factory field
Jenna
trip.
doesn't know what the macaroni grill is, so now we're gonna have to go. Their bread is fantastic.
Yes.
Kareen says that this has turned into an ad for spaghetti establishment. I mean, every episode of the show, something blossoms into existence in the conversation, and this is just. Shirley is not a fan of the macaroni grill. Mike called it out as an Oregon thing and got it right, and then got mad at me that I said it. I did it sarcastically. Okay.
Gilbert, I am looking at pictures of the Fresno one, and you're not wrong in thinking that was like the original location for sure.
Right? Like, my assumption was that they made pasta there, shipped it to other places, went under because I guess that was my mindset, and I was like, hey, let's open a pasta. Or even that they did that as an aside. Like, the restaurant was like, we got all this pasta here, might as well serve it to these kids. And the funny thing is that we walked there. It was like 2 miles away from our school. So we walked. We didn't even take buses. Like, it's ridiculous.
Nice. That's weird because my school, we went to like the nearby prison that they were building. Like, what does that say about your town where they send you on field trips?
It's like we'll knock this out in like one trip. Like, it'll be an educational thing, but it'll also be like a scared straight like program, whatever, to get bad kids on the right track and stuff like that. Like, they'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Shirley said that she's actually having spaghetti tonight, and Jenna is thankful that you're researching this for us, Alex. We've learned something new today.
Absolutely. I didn't know I was that interested in the old spaghetti factory, but I am, and now I think I'm going to make it my quest to visit all of their locations.
Okay, so we saw some great questions in here. I'll steer us away from food ones for the moment. Evan wants to know, what is the best way to change a car tire?
This is it's simple, but not easy. So basically, you got to make sure, first of all, which tire it is. Usually it's flat, so you can like get the tire gives. The most important thing though is, like, if you're gonna do it yourself, put the spare on it, get the tire iron, doing all that stuff. Before you do that, you got to make sure you have the key bolt. And sometimes most cars have it, some cars don't, but it's a bolt with like a little design in it that only fits your bolt, one of the bolts. And so you need to match that, or else you can't get all the bolts off. You'll have one just stuck. And then from there is just taking off the bolts, moving the tire, put the new tire on, bolts back on. It's as simple as that. You have to get the jack, you got to lift it up. Otherwise, just, I see Skip was ahead of me, getting the AAA, calling somebody, especially if you're nervous about it. You want to be comfortable, you want to be confident. If you really think you're up for it, go for it. But if not, just call a tow, AAA, family member, somebody, and get that help you need.
I have a different approach. I I think the best way is, so I think my tire has gone flat like 3 times in my life. And every time what I did right is I stood by my car looking sad and pathetic, and a stranger came by and did it for me. One time it was campus security. One time it was this very nice lady and her children driving their way to Southern California. And, I didn't have to learn anything new, and I got my tire changed. So I feel like that's probably the simplest way, especially if you're busy and your brain is full. So, strangers, they're the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a different approach to that because I'm more of a hands-on learner, and I actually have this guy, and he has helped me so much. This is how I learned how to change a tire. So first off, you make sure that you're at the side of the road. You put your hands on your hips. You're disappointed, so you hang your head a little bit in shame because you didn't take care of your car. And then this is gonna be a tire. Sorry guys, I don't have a spare tire handy, but so you take the tire in your hands and you hold it up for everybody to see that you have a tire. You have a spare tire on the
Oh,
side of the
dang.
road.
Aren't tires hella heavy? You're
Yeah,
strong.
yeah, you got to be strong. So first, you do have to make sure if you're driving a car, you should have biceps. You should be able to pick that tire up over your head, right? And then you wave it, and you have to wait specifically for a dude in a truck who probably has truck nuts because he's going to have all the other shit to change a tire. And then you grab one of these. I think this is what I've used each time. I've seen them use it a bunch. So they take one of these and they stick it in the middle, and then they just do this really fast, and your tire changes on its own. So
I did learn that when you're screwing the nuts off of your tire, you have to take the hubcap off first because otherwise you're just screwing the hubcap and not doing anything. I learned that in college. Long time ago.
Kind of going on what Dayna and Gilbert were saying, calling somebody, having somebody help out, whether it be a stranger. I have a technique that has worked about 40% of the time, but I'm always willing to try it. But I'll have a flat tire, and it doesn't really matter where I am. Hopefully not too far, like in the woods or anything like that, but you're maybe freeway or in the city. But what I will do is, if I'm on the freeway, I will get off immediately. I will find basically the nearest parked car, and which I pull up next to them. I make sure that they are not in the car at the time. They're doing something else. I have a little pocket knife. I stab the tire. Then when they come back, I'm like, oh, dude, like somebody gave me a flat tire. And they're like, oh, dude, somebody did that to me. You guys kind of connect on that. Like, oh, like you play it off as it was somebody else and that they're the jerk. And it's like, you know what? Let's help each other change each other's tires. And that's, you get that bond. If you don't know what you're doing, you just, maybe you have like a flashlight you can hold up and help them see the tire if it's late at night. But it's good. It's good. Yeah. Yeah. And then you might gain a friend out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But make sure that they are far away from that car when you're stabbing the tires, because it's not worked out well if they're walking to the car.
Because then you'll have an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're going to have some sort of relationship at the tail end of this experience. Friend or enemy.
That kind of gives me another idea, though, right? Because I've also learned from my tire changing experience that all 4 of your tires need to be the same. Like if you're putting on a replacement tire, it's usually good to have them all be the same. So instead of changing the tire of your car that's bad, go steal someone else's car because all 4 of their tires match and none of them are broken. So you could just upgrade. My poor Toyota Camry from 1996, the tire's out. I'm just going to upgrade. I'm going to go steal that guy's Ford big truck, and now I have 4 matching tires, maybe 6. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. and get good gas mileage that way too.
Yeah.
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 I mean, why change a tire when I can just change my own car?
Yeah.
Nice.
I like it.
Take the car you think you should own, or change the car you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Like dress for success or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Dress for the job you want. Drive the car that you want,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of ownership.
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Or registration. Any of the paperwork being filled
Yep.
out.
I mean, paperwork
Insurance.
doesn't mean anything. Freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find that Lambo.
Right. Or, if you're feeling European, get or British, get a Aston Martin.
There we go.
There we go.
I mean, and while you're at it,
Oh, sorry.
get several cars. Get several. You could do it multiple times. You don't have to, restrict yourself to one car. You could have the everyday reliable, fuel efficient hybrid, and you can then have the, gas guzzling turbocharged V8, ready to do, a weekend drag, or even something like luxury brand version, like just any car you want. Just start collecting.
Right. If you've ever been to downtown Walnut Creek, they have everything that you need all lined up. They've got like Ferraris, they have practical cars, they have like Lambos, any kind of like fancy ass car you can think of. It's just one long street full of fancy cars in Walnut Creek. So if you're gonna replace your tires, I think that's the place to go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right next to the old spaghetti factory in there, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Evan's taking some notes.
Nice.
Evan, I think you have some advice for yourself.
Remember, you don't have to do it.
Okay.
I feel like I feel like you guys have really hit a chord with me, because now I'm just thinking, why stop at cars? You could have the family you want, the house you want, just the skills you want. You could just steal a basketball spot on a team and just be like, I am now, I don't know who plays right now, who's the guy. Like, you could just be them. You could steal identities. You could steal multiple identities. Be different people. You can steal money. You can just steal the money you want. You can get abstract with it. You can steal.
I want to be Steph Curry.
Right.
There it is.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Steph Curry. Yeah.
And like,
Just steal his
why
spot.
settle for the average, if you're lucky, children you'll probably have, when you can just go to a fancy private school full of genius children and steal one of them?
Oh
And
my
since
gosh.
they're usually socially inept, they're not gonna like know better, and they'll just go away with you.
Right.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Can I do that with fully fledged adults that can financially support me?
Yeah. If you're like,
Steal
you know what?
husbands, wives.
Yeah, that's what I need. Okay, I'm just gonna adopt like a 35-year-old, and we'll be like roommates, but I'll also be their parent. So when I get old, they can just take care of me. That sounds good.
You can guilt trip them. It's great.
Yeah.
Questionable advice has not been approved for any audience.
Oh.
Okay. OC Kyle says that child abduction is always an option, a terrible option, but an option.
Sweet.
For sure.
I mean,
Sure, we have an Evan soundbite for that.
Please don't do that. Please don't try any of this at home. Try nothing.
Right. This is why I do comedy and not real people's lives. Okay, well, it looks like we're hitting the end of the hour, so I just want to say thank you to Alex, Lacey, and Gilbert for being here today. Is there any last bit of advice you'd like to share with the audience before we sign off?
Yeah, go to the old spaghetti factory. Like, get everything. Try one thing every day for the next. I don't know. They probably have 25 items you can get. Yeah, for a month. Do it for a month.
I would say, give your If you feel like you need to take care of something in life, get a fly trap and feed it all your meals.
And I just want to say, rather than earn or work for that life you want, just take it. Just take the life you want.
Nice. And I think the advice I'd like to tell you is come back next week where we're going to do this again because Movie Libs will be out again. But, you know, also take an improv class. There are a lot of improv classes, whether in person or online, starting at the Sacramento Comedy Spot. That's how we all got here. So if you're interested, please go to the website, /classes, and join us. You know, have a good time. It's good for your life, and this is legit. So great. Thank you again, everybody, for joining, and thank you, everybody in the audience, for giving us. You gave us so many topics. It's great. If we didn't get to yours today, please bring it back next time if you want to or not. You know, no pressure. And have a great job, everybody. We love you, and bye.